A woman sat in the back of the room one day. We didn't see her at all. And then when she came back from lunch, she was all lighted up back there in the corner. She was the first one we called forward. And she said, I had lunch with my children and they always make me feel so good. And one of them asked me to ask you a question, if I would be so lucky to get in the chair. She said, my child wants to know, why are grown-ups so grumpy? And we said, because the longer you live, the more you have to fuss and worry about. The longer you live, the more you develop patterns of thought, beliefs. Beliefs just a thought you keep thinking, that holds you cross-current from this fast-moving stream. But even more than that, the more you know what you don't want, the more you know what you do want. So the longer you live life, the more you set things into motion, so your stream goes faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Haven't you noticed that? And the faster your stream goes, the more it behooves you to understand the nature of the stream and to line up with it. People have been talking about aligning energies. They talk about going with the flow. They talk about letting go and letting God. They talk about surrendering. And all of those things we can apply to this understanding that the stream is flowing. This is the thing that so often you don't get. You've already asked and it has already been given. So often you come to a gathering like this and you say, oh, I need to go to a workshop in my mind and I need to plan everything that I want and I need to write it down and I need to write goals and I need to make statements of intent. And we say, all of that is nice to do, because when you do that, it does cause you, if you're doing it in the right way, it can cause you to point toward what you are wanting. But those goal setting statements, those workshops that you are doing in your mind, they are not what is causing the creation of your life experience. Life is what is causing the creation of that further desire. Are you getting that? So when you understand that wherever you are right now in relationship to whatever you want, your vibrational escrow, aren't those good words? Your vibrational escrow is there and complete. Often as things are happening to Jerry and Esther, after they have manifested, they will laugh because they realize how simple it was to accomplish. And they're beginning to get the sense that their life is putting all kinds of things over there in vibrational escrow that are absolute and sure. There is not one thing that any of you want that is not in your vibrational escrow and that we would not be able to say, it's a sure thing, it's done, it will be. But the where's my stuff question says, it's over there. And you created it, and it's not only waiting for you, it's calling you to it. But you've got to listen to the call of source and move in the direction of it. You can't have this Phoenix Yuma thing going on. You got to keep moving. So then, this is how you quantify your journey. Jerry and Esther were in a hotel room with granddaughter Kate a few weeks ago. She was 4 at the time. And she brought a little toy car with her, and she wanted to play a game all day. It was really fun, where she would hide the car somewhere. It was only about 2 inches. She would hide the car somewhere in the hotel suite, and then it was Jerry or Esther's job to find it. And Kate would give clues. When they would walk into the room where the car was hiding, Kate would say, you're very, very cold. And as they would move around the room, she would say, you're getting warmer, now you're colder, you're warmer, you're colder, you're hot, 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 hot. And they found the car every time, because how could they not? Kate knew where it was, and she gave them warmer, colder clues. Your guidance system knows where everything that you want is, and is giving you feels better, feels worse, feels better, feels worse, feels better, feels worse. But what trips you up, there are a few things. The biggest thing is that sometimes what you want is over here where joy and love and appreciation are, and you're over here in despair, and you just can't get there from there, in the sense that you can't set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98.7 FM. The frequencies are too far apart. So when we say to you, Source is calling you toward your manifested completion of what you have already created all the time, you say, well, what does Source sound like? What does the call of Source sound like? Harps and angels, surely, you say. And we say, it depends on where you are in the stream. If you are in despair, Source is calling you downstream from despair. And do you know what the sound of Source sounds like when you are in despair and you catch the sound of it? Sounds like revenge. We love dropping that one on you. Sounds like revenge. And if you are in revenge and Source is calling, you know what it sounds like? Rage. From rage, the call of Source sounds more like anger. From anger, the call of Source sounds more like less anger. From less anger, the call of Source sounds more like frustration. From frustration, the call of Source can sound like hope. And once the call of Source sounds like hope, once you feel hope burning in your belly, now the call of Source can sound like belief and knowing and love and joy and passion and all of that. This book that we have written, Ask and It Is Given, we think it is the best title. We wanted a longer title. We wanted the title to say, so I'm non-physical energy, and from my non-physical vantage point, I make the decision to come forth into physical form. And in physical form, I weigh the pros and the cons, the pluses and the minuses. I experience all of the details of life experience, which causes me to know what I don't want, which causes me to know what I do want, so I give birth to constant rockets of desire. And when the rocket of desire is born, the source energy part of me rides that rocket, and not only rides that rocket, but literally becomes the vibrational equivalent of that which I have been asking for. And then law of attraction responds to that vibrational equivalent of the total me and calls me toward it. And when I listen to the way I feel and go in the direction of what feels good, I go, and then I've allowed it, so it is asked and it has been given. They said it was too long. And we are happy with what was chosen because it tells the whole story. But we just want you to leave here knowing the whole story in your belly. We want you to leave here understanding that it does not matter where you are today in terms of what you want. It doesn't matter where you're putting your boat in the stream. It only matters that you know that the stream is flowing and that you are releasing the resistance by dropping the oars so that you can move in direction of what you are wanting. We want you to leave here today knowing, remembering that you didn't come forth to create things. You didn't come forth to get ideas of things you don't have so that you could speed over to the having of them. You came into this environment because you love the experience of deciding and choosing and consciously acknowledging the choices and deliberately tuning your vibration to move in the direction of what you are wanting. It's the journey that you want. The things you think you want are just your excuses for the journey, you see. And when you get that, then you understand you're not ever going to get it done. You're not. None of us. We will never be done. Isn't that wonderful? We will never be done because we will always be standing in another platform with another set of contrasting experiences, giving birth to another rocket of desire, always with the promise of another wonderful ride on the river. Can you imagine Jerry and Esther saying to their river guide, how far will we be traveling on the river? And he would say, oh, several miles. Where will we end up? Down in Fort Collins, he would say. Well then, what do you think, Esther would say, about putting our raft back on the bus and driving back down the canyon? And then putting the raft back in the water about 50 feet from where we're going to take it out. Because we like instant manifestation. And he was a very accommodating man. We are certain he would have said, okay, crazy lady, whatever you want. But I thought you wanted a ride on the river. And that's what we want to say to you. We know you wanted the ride on the river. Not one of you said, I will come forth and get it done. Can you imagine? You're going to go on vacation. You're going to go to this city and 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 this city, and then you're going to come back home. So you look at it objectively and you say, all of those places and then home. Home is the final destination. I'm already home. Why go? Check it off the list. Got that one done. And you say, I'm not going on the vacation to get it done. I'm going on the vacation for the fun, for who I might meet, for the new stimulation of thought, for the ideas that will flow, for the adventure, for the experience, for the exposure. And that's what all of this life experience is about. This stuff that you think that you hate so much when something horrible happens, we just love it when something horrible happens to you. Because we know out of that horrible experience will be born an equally wonderful desire. When you have a horrible experience, your desire shoots out of you. That's why we call it a rocket of desire. We go immediately to the desire and settle right into it and feel the expanded qualities of it and be the evolved picture of you. And we don't just stand there idly waiting for you to catch up. We be it and we radiate the vibrational signal of it to the boundaries of the universe, and therefore create a current in your river that is so powerful, that is undeniable. And that's why when you feel strong negative emotion, it means life has caused you to get one walloping stream going, and you're being called with powerful forcefulness, and the negative emotion that you feel means you're not going. Life makes you say, I want more money. I want more money. You've been doing that a lot. I want more money. I want more money. You should see the fortune that is amassed with your name on it. I want more money. 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 And here you are. Don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. Never had enough money. Can't remember ever having enough money. I don't hardly know anybody who has enough money. Oh, there's some rich buggers over there that have enough money, but they're really rare and it's really wrong. They're taking more of their fair share of enough money. Government takes far too much of my money. Nobody ever left any money to me. My parents never had enough money. I was hoping that they would have gotten some money together before they croaked so they could have left some money to me, but no, there's no money in my inheritance. There's no money in my future. I'll never have enough money. Look how much that costs. Look at that. Can you believe that they want that much for that blouse? Can you imagine anybody charging that much for that blouse? Have you seen the price of gasoline? Those rich people, what's the matter with them? What are they thinking? You know, the oil companies are just getting richer and richer and richer and richer and richer, and the rest of us are going to the pump. They're just sucking the life out of us. And we're over here saying, come this way, 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 come this way. You just cannot beat the drum of what is and move into a new place. You've got to turn toward what it is you want and try to find the vibrational essence of what you want. You have to make the vibration of what you want the vibration that you most offer. When you, through the power of your thought, through the power of your imagination, through the power of your selective sifting, through the power of your hanging around with positive people, from the power of your awareness of how you feel, from the power of your wanting to feel good and not be willing to do things that don't make you feel good, from the power of this knowledge, you will easily, we're not kidding you a little bit, you will easily begin to offer a vibration where you stand that matches the vibration of who you really are. And when you do, the gap closes instantly. And the seas part and the doors open and the interviews come and the options are offered to you and the money flows and the people line up and the things are there. And people who are watching you from the outside are amazed at what's going on with you, because it seems to them that you barely offer words about something that you think would be nice for you to live, and you're living it completely. They say, how is it that you do that? How is it that things come so easily for you? And then you explain to them, well, there's this stream. There's this stream of well-being that I have figured out how to navigate in. I've figured out how to quantify every journey. I can now tell which feelings mean I'm going toward it and which feelings mean I'm going away from it. The other day, Esther was talking about something. And Jerry listened for a little while to her, and then tried not to listen to her for a little while. But you know, when somebody isn't listening to you, how you just talk louder, work harder to get their attention. So Esther got his attention again, and Jerry said to her lovingly and mistakenly, that sounds upstream. And Esther said, it was downstream for me. You should have been where I was a minute ago. And we so want you to hear this, because Everybody's got their own vibrational relationship between where they are and who they are, and nobody else understands that. You got to stay out of other people's streams, and you've got to not pay attention to them when they try to pay attention to your stream, because it doesn't matter. We don't want you to think that this seminar is about you working really hard to get over here in joy and love and appreciation at every moment. That's not our objective with you. Our objective with you is that wherever you are in the stream, you know which way's downstream and which way's upstream. You know by the way you feel.